If anything, I would say a hot pocket is a small calzone.
So you're saying an Uncrustable is a calzone?
Yeah, it could be.
It's a savory calzone. It's like a crepe.
It's like when people say an Uncrustable can be a ravioli.
I hate this conversation.
Hello, welcome back to the TP&J podcast. I'm Tarzan.
I'm Petro.
And I'm Jelly.
And we're glad to have you back with us.
So awkward.
Do you guys have any thoughts on rushing fraternities or sororities?
Like
Rushing?
Yeah, because that's what you call it when you
Yeah,
apply
when
to
you're
them.
joining, like,
You do
a
rush.
Oh, rush?
Yeah, it's called rush.
You rush.
Rush week.
Bro, I would never fucking do it. I keep seeing videos of people trying to like crack beers on their heads. Like,
How the fuck do they do that?
that's like I'm not bro enough to be in those kind of frats. You know what I mean?
You're not bro enough?
I'm definitely not bro enough.
I don't think I'm hot enough to be in a sorority. Like, when you think of sorority girls, you think of, like, the movies.
I
don't think that's how that works.
I think that's how it works.
Yeah, but, like, in my brain, I've never actually seen, like, sorority
But I don't think
in
that's
my life.
that's not true.
That's not true.
It's not true.
I've been to college a couple
Have you been in
times.
a sorority?
Have I been? I know girls who are in sororities.
And I know they're not.
Whoa.
His words, not his.
I'm just saying, like, you don't have to be like, it's not like the girl we all imagine, like, oh my god, I'm so pretty. Like,
He's talking about you. You know.
it doesn't have to be those.
You know who you are.
Oh
I'm
my
also
God.
not, like, much of a partier.
That's true. Me neither. Fucking hate parties.
Same. So I guess I couldn't be in a fraternity.
I'm there for school. I'm
Bro.
not there for, like... Yeah, you can go out to a party every once in a while. You're just putting water everywhere.
Bro, I'm just scared of, like, the initiation things. Like, fuck that. I'm
Hazing?
out, bro. Yeah, hazing. Literally, a kid died at Cal Poly, like, a few years ago. Like they drowned that kid. Like, straight up. Well, he didn't die. Sorry. He didn't die. But they were, like, waterboarding him, like, straight up. Like, he was on the floor.
No, thank you.
They put a towel on his face, and then they were hitting him with a hose. Like, they were torturing the kid.
Up. Straight up fucked up.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
fuck
I
some
don't-
fraternities.
I don't
Fuck
understand.
most fraternities. Oh, is there a movie you're scared of to this day?
Caroline.
Caroline?
Coraline?
Coraline.
I love Coraline.
It's fucking
I think
scary.
I think it's a good movie.
It's terrifying.
How is
What
it
is it? Just the
terrifying?
animation?
Is it the hand?
No, it's the mother, bro.
Yeah, the mom, and, like, when her hand gets
Oh.
chopped off.
It's everything about them.
I love that
I
animation
love
style.
Coraline. Tim Burton.
Yeah,
I love Tim Burton movies.
Yeah.
But that movie
Why? What's
is
wrong?
fucking
My
terrifying.
sister says the same thing. I don't understand it. I love that.
I like it. I think it's alright.
It's just twisted. I'm just afraid of it.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. Jelly, are you scared of any movie?
There's this movie called Mirrors. I watched when I was a child. I don't know. It freaked me out. It made me literally cover up my mirrors for, like, a
What-
good 2 weeks.
What is it about?
I don't remember.
Mirrors.
No shit. But it's like ghosted mirrors, and, like, if you stare in a mirror for too long, they'll, like,
Mhm.
take possession over you, I think.
That's right.
Or, like, they'll steal. I don't know. I really have not watched it since I was little because it freaked me
Yeah.
out so much. So I like, kind of don't remember it.
The movie I don't fuck with is Chucky. Like, I know it sounds like a really, like, boring basic ass movie. When I was a kid, bro, Chucky scared me because it was a little doll.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm more scared of a little doll than I would be of a grown ass adult, if that makes any sense.
I had
Yeah.
that doll in my house.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm not going to your house
Chucky
anymore.
doll?
Yo.
Like,
I remember I tried to freak you out.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
think
true,
I do
yeah.
remember that.
Yeah, you were both there.
See,
Yeah.
I tried scaring
Oh
both
my
of
God,
them
I
with
remember
Chucky,
that.
because it's like a life-size Chucky doll, so
Yeah.
he's like
Hell
he's not just
no.
like a little one. He's like
That's what
size.
scares me, because, like, I feel like it'd be easier for a Chucky doll to sneak up on me than an adult.
And then just slash your Achilles.
Yeah, so I'm 100% more scared of a Chucky doll coming to life than an adult.
Okay.
But Tarzan, wasn't there like a scary movie you said that if you watched it you'd be like haunted or something?
Oh, but I don't know the name. I just said I'm not gonna watch that movie.
But what is like the tale behind it?
I don't know. My sister told me not to watch it, and I listened to my sister.
See, and my dumb, I was like, the first time he was like, "Hey, don't watch this movie," I was like, "What movie? Can I look it up? Can I look it up on Reddit, or can I find it online?" Let's watch it tonight.
That's why creepy shit always happens to you.
That's fair.
You invite that shit in.
I don't.
Honestly.
It doesn't.
It's your fault.
It's my energy. I give it off. I give off weird vibes.
Only weird things happen when I'm around you.
Sorry, guys. I kind of died for a second.
We're
So please forgive me.
Well,
Back to our
no,
regularly
man.
scheduled program.
You didn't die.
No, I died.
You said you were kind of dying.
That's just me playing it down. I died.
Oh.
Straight up was revived.
Yeah. I did CPR, then mouth to mouth.
No, he did it.
I was. By the way, I watch you get hit. I'm a ladies man. No.
Okay, question.
Something. Staying alive. Staying alive.
Ooh, you know how they do like sour gummy bears and sour gummy worms?
Mm-hmm.
What's another shape that they could do? What would be your preferred shape?
Goldfish.
Goldfish?
Goldfish.
Have you ever seen? Okay, I had a Christmas party once at my old job, and then this girl because it was like was it white elephant? It was white elephant. Yeah, where you basically get a gift, and then you get to choose whether you want to steal someone else's gift or keep yours, and the next person can also steal the gift that you chose. So this girl gifted like a bunch of penis candies. So it's like a penis chocolate lollipop, bunch of penis gummy worms, and stuff like that.
Sounds like a good party.
It was a good party. It was fun. But that reminded me, penis-shaped gummies. But that's not what I would choose.
Sure.
What would you choose?
I'm saying. There's penis.
Now he has to make up another one that he.
Yeah, not to make up another one to cover myself.
What? I was like, bear? No, there's gummy bears. What is it?
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
I was legit looking at the Pokemon thing. Honestly, I would love if they had like the Pikachu, Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle.
Oh my god, Among Us gummy worms?
Oh my god. There's actually
Because they're all different colors.
Yo, that's
and
actually
they could all be like the Scooby
snacks.
gummy bears.
Scooby's-
But I
Scooby
mean
gummies, but,
Scooby
like-
gummies. But you know the blue one, the
The
solid
OG
blue, the
one.
OG
Yeah.
blue one. They could all be like that one.
bro. But what if, in order to make it like more Among Us, there was
There's,
an
like,
imposter in there that was
flavors.
actually like spicy or some shit?
Yeah.
Yo, did we just come up with the best idea?
Fuck yeah, we did.
Yo, we should just cut this out. No, I was kidding.
What about you? You got one?
No, maybe I was thinking. Once he said Pokemon, I was like
Yeah.
Digimon, but I feel like that was just
Digimon.
piggybacking off of that. And then the Among Us was good.
Thanks.
And then I don't know. I don't eat
Yeah.
gummies that much to be like I want them to be shaped certainly.
That's fair. I haven't had sour gummies in a while, but I would love to have some. Like actually, they're pretty good. Okay, and here's another question. Wait, what?
Because I said gummy pussies.
Oh. If you could redo high school, or what is something you'd want to redo from your high school experience, basically?
Like, if you could go back and redo
Yeah.
your high school experience, what's something you would change or redo?
Yeah.
I would go and start wrestling freshman year.
I think I would have kept doing track, because I think I'd have a better possibility of doing track in the future than I ever could have done football.
Yeah.
Because realistically, like, football was just not a realistic option, being 5'8". Like, there's no way. Yeah, there's no way. But, like, doing something like track, like, I could have been good at track. And I actually like running. So I wish I would have kept doing track.
Yeah.
And stopped doing football.
Damn, you would have stopped doing football?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I might have.
No, actually, I would have just switched positions.
Yeah.
I would have just started with a different position my freshman year, because I should have known that going on, I wasn't going to be able to be a lineman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a lineman?
I was a lineman. I was a really good lineman.
Starting lineman both ways.
Both ways. But
Freshman, sophomore year.
But in my mind, I was like, this is good for me right now because I'm getting a lot of playing time. But I should have thought to myself, like, hey, in the future, this isn't going to work out. So why not be like a backup my first 2 years, but learn a position that I'll actually be able to play in the future, which I didn't do. And then once it got to that point, it was too late. Like, I was really behind.
I think I would just stayed in football just for the workouts.
Yeah.
And then senior year I would left
Mm-hmm.
because they left.
Oh, yeah, senior year was a fucking mess.
Like, where was the workouts? There were no
There
workouts.
weren't. Loki would be like, hey, coach, let's not run today. He'd be like, you know what? You're right.
You're right.
Let's not
You
run
know
today.
what? You got it.
We'd be like, hey, coach, what if we, just didn't practice today? He'd be like, that's a great idea.
Great idea. Great idea.
And we never did yoga ever again. We would have won more games if we did yoga.
Yoga was so fucking hard.
Yoga was actually really fun.
Yeah, it's so fun, but it's so difficult at the same time when you don't stretch at all.
Yeah.
Like, whoever bashes on yoga, don't bash on yoga.
Dude, literally, I started going to yoga again, like, way later in my life. And it was so much fun. I love going to yoga. What?
Way later in your life?
Well, like, like a few years later. Yeah. Or like a year later.
Yeah.
I started going to yoga, and I was like, this shit's... Because before I used to be like, all right, I'm going to get my workout in, and then I'll go to yoga. Or I'll go to yoga, then get my workout in. Then I would do yoga, and I'd be like, that shit was my workout.
That shit was
shit was hard.
That shit's hard.
Jelly, what would you change?
I changed some of the classes I took. Like, classes I thought would be, like, fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like anatomy? Fuck anatomy. I didn't learn shit.
Yeah. Fuck my physics class. I didn't learn shit in that class.
Yeah, so I would probably just change some of the classes I took.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like I'm gonna look back at my college experience and say that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why the fuck am I taking political science right now?
I might have
GE.
I might have, instead of dropped orchestra,
Mm-hmm.
and done woodshop just to figure it out.
Oh shit, yeah.
But I would have definitely dropped orchestra to the dance.
Mm-hmm. I wish I would have joined dance at least 1 year to learn a little bit.
I wish I would have done it earlier because I only did it junior year because that's the only time I had time.
Damn. I wish I would have started doing stuff like this earlier, like creating content. I feel like it would have been a lot different during high school.
You could have vlogged during school.
Yeah, and I think it would have been a lot, like, I would have been a lot better than I am right now if I would have started a lot earlier.
Yeah.
So I guess there's a lot of things we could have redone.
A lot.
Oh, someone had this question. How do you cope with online learning? And I guess it's mostly for me because I'm the one who's going to school. But basically you don't. Like, it's so hard to have any sort of motivation for school.
Why are you crying?
Like, I think the only way to do it, especially when teachers give you so much work expecting you to not have an outside life. Like, I literally, like, I try to create content, like, I work to make money, and I still have to go to school, and I'm involved with clubs, so it's like, I'm dying over here, and teachers are like, here's all this homework that you need to do by this amount of time. And I think the really only thing that I have for advice is, like, maybe you realize that you're not going to be able to do everything as best as you can, but also, like, the way you can, like, maximize your effort is by really making a schedule and trying to stick to that schedule and making sure you have time for everything that you're trying to make time for. And it really helps to make a schedule and have it all laid out in front of you. So, that's advice for you.
That's true. Schedules are great. I used to never do schedules, and then recently I made myself like a workout schedule, or like a whole life schedule, like workout, rest, workout. And I've been able to keep up more with that than me saying, oh, I'm going to work out tomorrow and not knowing when I'm going to work out and what I'm going to do.
100%. Ooh. Here's a few more spooky questions.
Ooh.
Some spooky questions.
Yes, because we're in spooky season.
Spooky season, bitches.
Oh, what are you guys' favorite horror movies? Or least favorite horror
I thought you
movies?
said horror movie.
No. Whoa.
Scary movie.
Scary movies.
I like Scream.
Scream?
Scream's good. It's not that scary.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've seen it so many times. Like, I literally saw the Scream 4 in, like, 4th grade when I was...
Am I crazy? Are those funny?
No, that's Scary Movie.
That's scary.
Oh, I knew that.
The first Scary Movie is based off Scream.
Okay, that makes sense. That's why I confuse them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like the It movies.
The It movies?
Yeah, the old ones and the new ones.
I can't remember them.
Yeah, I like them. They're not super scary. They're not that scary. They're more like jump scares sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But I enjoy them. Yeah.
And of course, I will always say I love the movies by Jordan Peele, Get Out, and Us, just because they're more like psychological thrillers rather than horror movies, but they're still in that sort of like scary theme. But they're just really amazing, and they really like make you think.
You know what other kind of scary movie is?
What?
The Quiet Place.
The
Quiet Place. A Quiet Place. The Quiet Place. A Quiet Place.
Is it the one by John Krasinski?
Quiet Place.
Yeah.
Yeah, Quiet Place. That one's actually really good.
Yeah, I really like that one.
It's weird too because most of the time they don't even
No,
they don't even talk, but it's just
that's what's so good about it.
it's a good movie. Like it's just like it's
Leave-
cinematic and like it's kind of calming in a
If
way.
you're really watching it and
Mm.
you just like follow along with the silence, because I remember watching it in the movies
Uh-huh.
and the whole movie theater was silent, like
Yeah.
and like
That's how
at
you're
one
supposed to be.
point, and at one point just woo, and then like and somebody screamed.
Yeah, that's literally how I was when I was watching it. I was watching by myself. I was just super quiet, like wasn't texting, wasn't looking
You
away,
were just like
just focusing because you have to pay attention to everything because there's no words to
yeah,
kind of get onto.
Yeah. exactly.
We see.
Okay, here's a question that someone asked: what gear do we use?
So we use a microphone, a
Okay.
camera.
will you? We're using OBS Stream, which is a thing that connects our audio to our camera. For the camera, we're using the Canon M50 with the normal kit lens that it usually comes with. We're using an Omen gaming laptop, and we're using a JLB microphone, and it's I think the Talk Pro. So it's a pretty new setup, but I think we're pretty happy with it. I think we've liked the content that we've been putting out lately.
And we're using a desk light, and we're using some little light like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some
for lighting.
off-brand headphones.
Off-brand headphones. Oh no, they came with the mic. So they're JLab.
Yeah, we're also sitting at a desk.
We're on a desk.
And we have two like
One
regular...
good desk chair. One like fucked up desk chair, and I'm sitting on a dining chair.
On a dining chair.
So we're working on it. We're getting there.
We have the
Our
boxes
tripod, because Pedro fucked up his actual tripod and made it crooked because he kept moving it.
What can I say?
So now our tripod is all of the Canon boxes that the camera came with and a coaster.
Hey, we're being innovative. That's what I gotta say. Guys, this is the most important question we've ever fucking answered. Is cereal a soup?
It's a porridge. No, I was kidding. I don't know. I
What
don't know
is
that
fucking
difference.
cereal?
What do you mean by a porridge? What is a porridge?
See, that's why I said that's just kidding, because I don't know what the
Yeah,
difference is.
I think a porridge is hot. I think like oatmeal is maybe like a type of porridge.
Yeah. And I think soup can be cold. There's like soup and cold
There
soup.
is cold soups.
There's cold soups.
But I feel like even cold soups are cooked, right?
Oh.
Like, have you ever had a any type of soup that's not cooked at some point? Cereal was never cooked. I feel like all regular soups are cooked.
But what if when you want your milk warm, so you heat up your milk?
But people heat up their milk for cereal?
Yeah, older people do.
Bro, that's wrong.
That's
Hmm.
a thing people do.
People say cereal is a soup.
I don't think cereal is a soup. I think
cereal is cereal.
Soup is anything that extracts flavor from a product by letting it soak in broth. In that case, cereal is wheat and soup is stew. Therefore, by definition, cereal is soup.
Yeah.
The prophecy is true.
so. Is hot dog a sandwich? Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No, because it doesn't have an opening at the bottom.
What do you mean opening at the bottom?
So you know how sandwiches are open at all ends?
Uh-huh.
A hot dog isn't open at the bottom of the bun.
But and I'm trying to think of a sandwich that's not open.
You can't. You can't.
Wait, what do you mean?
I just resolved that whole situation.
No, what do you mean?
Okay, you get the hot dog bun, right? It's closed, right? And then
Yeah.
you open it at the top so you can put the hot dog
Okay.
in it.
Sure.
So,
And-
according
wait.
to like the National Hot Dog Association.
Oh no, they're biased.
They're biased.
They say it's not a sandwich.
They're the National Hot Dog Association.
But
Of course, you're not gonna want to associate it with hot dogs. I mean, with sandwiches.
But I'm telling you, you open the top of the bun,
Yeah,
and that opens the top and the two sides, but not the
Yeah.
bottom.
yeah,
And then you put the bun on it.
sure,
I mean, the hot dog on it
for sure.
onto the bun,
Okay.
right? And that makes it a hot dog.
What about an open face sandwich? Is that not a sandwich?
But that's an open face sandwich. That has all openings.
But you
That's
just
more
But you
openings.
just serve it like.
What about a half sandwich?
What do you mean a half sandwich?
You've never had a half a sandwich?
Yeah, but
So
it's
cut in
still-
half? It's still open from all four sides.
No, you've never had like the sandwich where like you have like a one piece of bread, right?
All right.
You put on the peanut butter and jelly and then you fold it in half. You've never done that?
Yeah.
That's it basically in a
That's
hot dog
toast.
form. No, it's not toast.
That's
not-
toast with
No,
with
no,
extra
no,
stuff.
no, no,
because
no.
the
That's not a
bread's
sandwich.
bread's not
Different.
That's
toasted.
not sweat.
This is different.
That's not a sandwich.
Why is it not a sandwich? If I put peanut butter and jelly on a piece of bread and I close it, that's my sandwich.
That's not a sandwich.
What is it then?
A sandwich is two
No,
buns
that's a
and
sandwich,
closed.
bro.
That's not a
It's a
sandwich. That's not a
half
sandwich. That's not a sandwich.
That is a sandwich.
That's not a
I
sandwich.
don't know.
That's
that
a
is
slice of bread with toppings.
Then what is a sandwich?
Two slices of bread.
Why does it have to
with
be two?
interior.
What if it's? But you said it can be an open face sandwich. This is an open face sandwich. This is an open face sandwich that's closed.
But you can't close an open face sandwich that has many layers on it. You're talking about a slice of
can.
bread with peanut butter and jelly.
You can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
Go make me a sandwich right now.
I'm
with
not gonna
only
make you a
one
sandwich.
top. No, go make yourself a sandwich right now. With only one top.
All right.
Put ham, lettuce, tomato.
Uh-huh.
Well, don't put tomato. You don't like
I
tomato.
don't like tomato.
Mayonnaise, whatever you put on it.
Uh-huh.
But make it a decent sized sandwich and then try closing it.
What if you got a big piece of bread?
That's not a sandwich. That's another thing right there.
Yeah.
Because when you get the bread, the like Italian bread, and you cut it in half, and then you toast it in the oven and make garlic bread, it's not a sandwich.
But that has nothing
You don't
in
call-
it though.
It has the garlic
And the cheese.
and
shit.
if you add cheese on it, it has the cheese.
I don't think about grilled cheeses. Are they sandwiches?
Yes, because they
It's a
have
grilled
two
cheese
buns.
sandwich.
What if it's an open face grilled cheese sandwich?
That's way too much cheese.
No, it's because there's something in Mexico that's just a bolillo with frijoles and cheese, and you don't call that a sandwich.
What do you call it?
Shit, what's it called? I just know I love
An
them.
empanada. I'm just kidding.
And that's not an empanada. I can't remember, but it's not.
You know what? I trust in our audience. They're gonna side with me.
Hot dogs
Look.
are a sandwich.
Look, you can make half a sandwich by putting peanut butter and jelly on a piece of bread and then folding it. That is a sandwich.
That's
Okay,
not a
here's the
sandwich.
thing.
Peanut butter
here's
jelly
the thing.
sandwich.
You keep saying that with PB&J's. Give me another example where you can fold a sandwich in half like
But
that.
that's
Besides
a
PB&J.
sandwich. So that's a
I'm
sandwich.
That's not a
saying-
sandwich.
That's a
You're
sandwich.
giving me one
Is-
example.
okay,
give me,
if I
give me a
put- if I
second.
put-
It's an Uncrustable sandwich.
Wait, yes.
No, it's not. It's
Low-key
an Uncrustable.
It's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with no crust.
But it's closed.
What? So what?
It's a hot pocket, but not hot.
It's a hot pocket.
But not hot?
It's a cold hot pocket.
Yeah.
What
Or
if it-
you can
no.
heat it up.
No,
You can eat it.
No, why can't a hot pocket be uncrustable?
If you want it to be.
But that's a brand name.
That's the same thing as a hot pocket.
If anything, I
Right.
would say a hot pocket is a small calzone.
So you're saying an uncrustable is a calzone?
Yeah, it could be.
It's a savory calzone. It's like a crepe.
It's like when people say an Uncrustable can be a ravioli.
I hate this conversation. Okay, let us know in the comments.
But in no time can a hot dog be a sandwich.
I think a hot dog is a sandwich.
Hello, this is Future Pedro here. Just so you know, the next topic does include conversation regarding assisted suicide, so if you're sensitive about that topic, go ahead and skip to 27.5 minutes. Thank you.
Is assisted suicide ethical? Like if someone wants to die, they're on like their deathbed, and like they want to die, is assisted suicide ethical?
I would say yes.
I would argue if someone's in a lot of pain, yes.
And they're suffering.
Yeah, I would think of it in the same vein of like if you had a pet and like they were just like you knew they were gonna die in like 2 months and they were just suffering every single day. Like I'd
That's
rather
like putting your animal down.
I'd
I
rather
can't-
put the animal down than have them suffer. And of course the animal can't tell you that. But if a person
It's physically telling you.
is
that
it
they
physically
wanna
telling you
die.
like, hey, like I don't
Yeah.
want to be like this, then I think you should honor that.
Yeah.
It's like I've always said to my family, like if for some crazy reason I end up in like a vegetative state where I can't do anything, like I have no chance of ever recovering, I'd rather you not have to pay any more medical like bills and just like help me end my life, because at that point, like, I don't want to live.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason for me to live.
Just take me to a small farm. Be like, we're taking you to the farm, and then be like,
Bro, if they're taking me to that farm, I'm waking back up and running.
I'm
I'm not a farm boy.
No, I was kidding. But yeah, it's, you know, when people are in a lot of pain, you know, you shouldn't let them like suffer just because you think it's ethical to keep them living.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like that's kind of the same thing as like being DNR, which is like do not resuscitate.
Yeah.
So if you're going into like a surgery that you could die, and if you're flatlining, if you're DNR, they like legally cannot resuscitate you.
Which
you
is
signed a release form.
That's insane too.
Which is like close to the same thing, just that, you know.
I feel like that one's worse though.
No, because the person's signing up for that.
Well, yeah, 100%. But I feel like at that point, the doctor's like, I still could save you, but I can't. Which I feel like would be like hurtful to like a doctor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas this in suicide, it's like, oh, I'm telling you, like, I don't want to live. In this case, it's like I signed this thing like however many years ago, and now I'm dying.
No, they sign it before your
But if you're
surgery.
like-
Oh, you signed it right before?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
If
didn't
you
know
watch
that.
Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't watch Grey's
I
Anatomy.
swear, bro. You need to watch more hospital shows.
I don't like it. They don't
Right.
interest me.
Oh, not bad.
Like
But
you
yeah.
can get in legal trouble if you resuscitate.
Oh no, 100%. It's like the lawsuit that Mr. Incredible was in.
Yeah.
Saved the man from suicide. The man didn't want to be saved, and the man ended up with like a broken, like collar and like legs and arms.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, it's basically the same sort of concept.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want to be saved,
Yeah.
and now I'm just living in pain,
Mhm.
and it's your fault.
Yeah. Which is like, if you can't like if they're living in pain,
Yeah,
they might as well, you know, help them.
yeah. If they want to,
You know, if they want
clearly,
to.
yeah.
If they want to.
Yeah.
Vocalize.
Let's make that clear.
Consent.
signed-
Where
They sign forms.
Yes.
Always consent.
Okay, this is a question. How do people live on minimum wage?
You don't.
They don't.
It's literally impossible.
At least in California.
Yeah, like here in Napa, like I used to earn minimum wage, and when I did, I would barely have enough money, and I wouldn't be paying any extra bills. Like I'd just be paying for my own finances, and I'd be like, how in the world do people pay rent, buy food, and pay whatever costs they need to cover, and enjoy life while living minimum wage? And it's like you literally can't.
You
Yeah.
physically can't.
Actually, and here in
Yeah.
Napa, like I think even if you're earning like above minimum wage, it has to be a lot over minimum wage
Yeah.
for you to be able to do anything here in Napa.
Yeah.
Oh, because did you hear Harvest is closing down?
Yeah,
Because not a lot of kids signed up for it. Because a lot of people that live in Napa are moving away because of the cost to live here. So they're
Yeah.
closing the school
Yeah.
down because not enough kids signed
well,
up.
imagine it. It's like like the
Most-
coronavirus took a lot of people out of their jobs.
Mhm.
Now they don't have the money, and no matter how much money you have saved up, eventually it's gonna run out in Napa, and it's gonna run out so quickly because everything is so damn expensive here.
And it's always been, it's like really like gone up, but that
Mhm.
people that work here don't live here.
Yeah,
They have to commute because they can't.
Live here.
What they earn here isn't livable for living here.
yeah. They live in Vallejo, American Canyon, or even
Fairfield.
farther sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, one of my managers lives in Dixon.
Yeah, most of the people I know live in Vallejo or American Canyon just because it's a lot cheaper than here in Napa.
So you basically have people that aren't working here and that are always here and who aren't from here basically.
Yeah, and can't afford to be here.
Yeah, exactly.
Like literally, like if you have the shittiest like 1 bedroom, like 1 bath apartment, it's gonna cost you like $1,400 at minimum here,
Yeah.
which is fucking insane.
Maybe even more than that.
Yeah, it's like it's just not right.
Nope.
So about that, what are some tips and tricks in order to ask for a raise at your job?
You line up all the pros that you have. Like if you're asking for a raise at your job, it's because you know you deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you get all the list of why you deserve that, and you memorize that, Like, for example, for me, I would be like, I'm consistent, I'm early to work, my coworkers like me, the regulars like me, customers love me. I get people personally tip me when I'm there. That's how like much people, the customers like me. I'm bilingual. I can communicate to both the front staff and the back staff. And if the front staff can't communicate to a customer because of a language barrier, I can always help them out. And for those reasons, I deserve a raise.
Plus,
you know?
you've been there for a long period of time.
Yeah.
But it's always good to be like, can I have this? And if they're like, why? That's why you have that list ready in your head,
And I think another thing that's important to realize about most jobs, it's like, it's not necessarily about the work that you're doing or how good you're doing in that work, but it's really about how easy or difficult it would be to replace you.
Yeah.
Because I know for me, at the job I'm working at right now, the reason I asked for a raise, because I was like, I know they can't replace me, and I know if they try to replace me, like, it just wouldn't be the same, and it might be a little lower cost, but overall it'd be very difficult to do.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I was like, I think I deserve a raise because what I'm doing here is somewhat irreplaceable.
Yeah.
So make sure to go out there, get your money up.
Secure the bag.
Just don't ask for anything unreasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't ask for like $50 an hour.
Yeah. Also know like what position you're working in, like how much is a reasonable amount.
Yeah.
A reasonable
Yeah.
amount. How long? It also depends on how long you've been there. If you've only been there for 2 months,
Yeah.
But also, I think what I've noticed is that a lot of bosses don't expect people to ask for raises in the first place because I feel like a lot of people don't have that courage to just ask for it. So I feel like when a lot of people ask for it, like people, like managers and bosses get taken back a little bit. They're like, oh, wow, like I didn't even think about that because most people don't ask for it. Like I've literally talked to people and been like, hey, like I think like you should. Like, I've talked to friends and stuff and be like, hey, like, I think you deserve a raise. And they'd be like, well, but it's, like, not that easy. Like, I can't just go and ask for it. I'm like, but you can. Like, you legit just can.
Yeah.
they're just gonna say no if they don't want to give you a raise.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're not happy with what you're making, go find a
somewhere
job.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, don't just flat out quit.
Yeah.
That's not very reasonable. You should, like, take some time to go look for a job. Make sure you're able to secure that job.
Put in a notice. Don't just quit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Don't just call and be like, I quit, and then never show up.
Because something that's important is, like, references. Because whatever job you're going to next is always going to look back at your previous experience and being like, hey, like, how was this person? Like, were they good? Were they late to work all the time? Like, were they good at working with other people? Like, what do you think of them? And if your other boss doesn't think highly of you, or at least thinks you're a decent person and enough for them to recommend you for another job, they just won't. So if I were to quit right now and not give any sort of notice and, like, quit in a bad manner, that would just hurt me in the future.
Yeah.
Which is not what you want. You'd want to quit where it's like it's a respectable and it's a mutual thing where you're like, hey, I just don't think I earn enough money, and if you're not willing to pay me that money, like, I found a new job that is willing to pay me more than you are, so I just want to go ahead and put in my 2 weeks. And that's it.
You also have to remember that your bosses aren't your friends, and they're not there to be your friends. They're there to be your boss. So you shouldn't. So even though you want to complain about them, you shouldn't hate them for them doing their job.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't. Obviously, there's a point of disrespect and them telling you to do your job. So make sure there's that line. And so you don't have to. So like when Pedro was saying, I'm leaving on these terms. You don't have to be like, oh, I'm hurting their feelings or something. No, it's a job. They're not your friend. You're not gonna hurt their feelings. Yeah.
You have to worry about yourself more.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's a business. Like, I remember I was working a job that, like, I really liked the people. I loved the people. Like, they were literally like family to me. But at some point, I was like, I'm just not earning enough. Like, the money I'm earning right now isn't covering what I'm spending, and it just doesn't make any sense. Where I could go to this other place, dedicate all my time to this one place, rather than splitting my time between two places and earn way more money. It just made more sense to me to be like, hey, like, I'm so sorry. I know I've been working for you for so long, but it comes a time where I just can't work for you anymore because, like, it's pay. It's just business. Like, you just have to do what you have to do. And if that means leaving good people for a better job, it's just what you have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tarzan, want to run the audience through our TikTok update?
It's not really an update because we haven't talked about
So we haven't talked about this, but basically I got some advice from a more recent fan who says that in certain areas we have a lot of views and in other areas we don't. It's because we don't have a more comedic visual. Like in our visual areas we don't have a lot of views because we're not very like comedic visually, and so people are just there to listen to us. So we're gonna try to start posting more like funny content and like TikToks or reels on Instagram and on TikTok, and we're basically gonna be posting like some snippets of our soon to come podcast, or like just funny scenes that we didn't add because they weren't very relevant, but they were funny. And we're just gonna, and they're gonna be like based off of stories that we do. We're just gonna be playing them out, or we're just gonna think of skits like that.
And I think on top of that too, I think a lot of our focus is also going to be on like more audio quality and audio content, because we know that when it comes to podcasts, like, yes, it's cool to be able to see us and be able to see our like mouse moves and us like interact with each other, but it comes to a point where like it's more important what we're saying than what we're actually doing in the videos.
Yeah.
So I think that's why we're also hopefully soon going to start uploading to SoundCloud as well, because we realize that most of our viewing on our audio platforms aren't as high as they were where we once did it on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
I think that's just because people prefer listening to it on SoundCloud. It's just a lot easier for people to access.
But all the other links are still going to be open, and all the other websites that we use. So if you prefer one over SoundCloud, you're open to those areas.
And we'll still be doing videos too, so we'll actually be putting out a lot more content, and just we're going to have a lot more variety for you to enjoy. Also, remember to vote.
Please vote.
Please.
You have until November 3rd, so please vote. I know even if you order a mail-in ballot, like I know anyone who's ordered a mail-in ballot before a few weeks ago has actually already got it and has already gotten a chance to fill it out and go to a physical drop-off station where you just put it in and leave. It's really that easy. You don't have to wait in line for hours. Just order a mail-in ballot, vote at home, and then just walk it over.
And make sure to do your research about what you're voting for, the like props, the people that are gonna represent you, because you want to make sure that you're being represented well and not just by somebody their like name sounds nice, you know.
Yeah. So always make sure that, like, I know it has descriptions of the props and the people on the actual ballot, but don't pay attention to just that, because it can be represented in a way that's misrepresenting what it actually is doing.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would recommend that some people do, something that I did personally, was I went to multiple different websites, made sure I knew every single aspect of the prop, got some prop breakdowns that really helped me understand what each prop did. Because there's some props where you read it and you're like, this is actually really good. Mm-hmm. Then you go into deeper things that they don't mention. You're like, wow, this is actually like a really bad thing that might occur.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's very important to do your research, especially on the people who are going to be representing you.
Yeah.
Also, we talked last week about opening Tinders and having us play with each other's profiles, making our own profiles, and then seeing what happens. Trying to basically act as each other, two different people. And so Jelly
she made hers ahead of time because she was kind of excited about the idea.
I just wanted to see like if it would be a good idea, like what kind of messages I would get.
And the feedback that she got was that 1,800 plus people swiped right on her profile.
So we told her, we were like, hey, like, you don't need to open it ahead of time. Like, if anything, me and Tarzan need to open it like 3 months ahead of time.
Yeah.
Because we're men. But we're like, you're a girl, like, you're gonna get tons of likes. And she was like, no, like, it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then she just put it out there. First 24 hours, she had 1,000 people swipe right on her.
So, I mean, I guess it slowed down by the end. Sorta.
And
literally, it was less than 48. It wasn't a full, like, 24.
By the end, there was 1,800 people who had swiped right on her.
Yep.
I didn't even know there was 1,800 people near us on Tinder. So, and they all swiped right on her. It just goes to show how females just have so much attention on these social dating apps. Because what do we know? Men are horny.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Now, we're not saying it's easy for them to find a good relationship.
No, that's difficult.
But if they're really wanting to look for something what is
Casual.
it? Casual.
Mm.
It's very easy for them.
Yeah. So if you're looking for something casual and you're a girl, just hop on Tinder.
Question.
Yeah.
Answer.
So you're guys, right?
Yes.
So I was just worried that people were just swiping right on literally everyone. Do you just like swipe right, or do you actually like take the time to look through a girl's profile?
Well, I think at first, when we first started, we
Yeah.
would look at every profile very meticulously.
Yeah.
Then at the end, we're like, fuck this. Like, we don't have like enough. We don't have 1,000 people swiping right on us. We just have to match with someone.
Yeah.
So we're like, fuck it. We're just gonna.
And then if the person we matched with was actually, we would check their bio.
Yeah.
And then if it was someone we were actually like pretty interested in, we would try to start a conversation, which wouldn't work all the time at all.
I don't know how, but like we would say like anything, whatever we would say. Sometimes we'd just be left on red, and we'd be like, what happened?
Well-
No, like you gotta be different.
You gotta be different.
It wasn't even.
It's not like
a
we
lot
were
of people just
basic.
said, "Hey."
No, but it wasn't even that. Like we would be fucking like we'd look at their songs. We'd be like, hey, like we talk about like whatever they had in their bio. Like we'd reference stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we wouldn't work out. I don't know what these women are looking for.
Yeah.
Why
don't
swipe
know.
right if you're not gonna message me back?
Well, that's what
Okay.
we're saying.
That's what we're saying exactly.
But you have no problem with it. You had 1,800, so
Oh yeah, that's people who swipe right on me. That's not people I swiped on.
Right. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's still
way more.
that's still
than we
our
had.
point.
They were still like 100 and something.
God damn, it's fucking insane.
Do you guys want me to re-download it so you can play with it?
No, I mean we'll
Later.
post it. Yeah, we'll post the video. I think we're doing that next week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So next week we're gonna have the Tinder video. I think
Are you two ready though?
emotionally.
Almost. Emotionally, no.
No, I'm not ready emotionally.
Physically, almost.
Physically, no,
No.
I'm not ready at all. But
Neither.
we're gonna do it.
Sex and relationship questions.
What you've all been looking forward to. The only reason you come on this podcast, honestly.
Honestly.
You horny bastards.
Jilly, you had a question.
I don't want to do that one first. It's too
Oh.
vulgar. It's too vulgar to do
Every
first.
time you have a question, it's always too vulgar.
What's that next thing that says foot plus C equals fun?
Oh, it's actually this is a good question to start on. So I was listening to a podcast the other day, right?
Okay.
And this is a guy that's a sex addict, much like Tarzan.
Mhm.
And basically, he was meeting up with this girl who had a fantasy that she was like, hey, like, I would really love it for at some point for a guy to come on my feet and then him to eat it off my feet. So he did that. He came on her feet and then ate his own cum off her feet. And then she orgasmed. So, the question is, okay, would you do something like that that's super crazy, out of this world, if there was a guarantee that they would orgasm?
No.
I don't know if I would be able to eat my own semen. I don't think I could do that.
That was
no.
my question.
But like that's like my limit.
I
that's
think-
like one of my limits.
That was my question. Would you eat your own semen?
If she was guaranteed,
I don't.
if I had a ton of pineapple that day,
Because here's the thing. If you
Has
can't
a ton
do
of
it,
pineapple.
if you can't eat your own, how do you expect a girl to swallow yours?
Why don't? If she wants to do this, she can. If she doesn't, then don't.
well, that's the thing I always thought about too. Is like, I don't understand people who are like weird about kissing people after like they've
Swallowed?
swallowed or even like
Just giving them head.
just giving them head, because it's like, how do you expect
Like,
someone to
baby,
give
come
you
over
head
here. Like,
if you can't kiss them afterwards? Like,
It's like it's
your
own
dick should be
juices.
clean enough. Yeah, like your
Yeah.
dick should be clean. You should know it's clean.
yeah, like
That's the only reason someone should ever consider giving you head. So
exactly.
you should have absolutely no problem kissing them afterwards. Yeah. Okay, what's the longest dry spell you've ever had?
I think since I started having sex,
Mm-hmm.
was my longest dry spell was like 7 months, 8 months, 7 months.
Damn.
Thank you, Corona.
Mine was a year and 2 months.
That's a lot.
So 14 months was my longest dry spell. Jelly? Well, actually, you've never had one.
Well, maybe like 2 months?
Oh. Yeah, I mean that's fair.
That's a long. That's a dry spell.
Yeah, that's a dry spell for sure.
He was away at school.
But 14
Yeah.
months?
Not my fault.
7 months, bro.
That's
3 weeks.
2 hours?
Dude, 5 minutes, man. Shit.
So this is a question.
Right after.
This is a question that you had, Jelly.
Mm.
What do you think about when you masturbate?
No, that was me.
Oh,
That was me.
That was you.
Yes, that was me.
that's actually me, guys.
I ask you guys, what do you guys think about while you're masturbating?
No, that was
my
Jelly. That was for
question.
sure Jelly.
Okay. I swear I thought of
Okay,
it.
but what do you think about when you masturbate?
She was just staring at me for a quick second.
What do you think about Tarzan specifically?
Lately,
Mhm.
what's really got me going
Mhm.
was imagining giving oral sex.
Okay. Wait, but
He's
has
been whispering, I miss oral.
but has
All day.
but, but has the porn you've been watching people giving oral sex?
No,
No, but you just think about
I
it.
just think about it.
Don't make him think about it.
Oh, now he's thinking about it. Fuck. No, but I don't think I think about anything besides what I'm watching.
Mm.
I don't think I think of something specific.
Yeah, I'll have like my highlights in my head,
Yeah.
throwbacks, like just flashback to me one, because like sometimes I'll just be watching it,
Yeah.
but then other times,
I mean, flashbacks are nice.
yeah, like I'll stop watching it and I'll just wander off, and reminisce. Sometimes I've done it like I don't even need a video and I'll just reminisce.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Jelly?
I don't really do it. If I'm horny,
Oh.
just go out and get some dick.
Well, we don't all have the luxury of 1,800. No, just kidding.
I would like to add that if you don't masturbate, you should think about doing it because it's really
Yeah.
good for you to find like what you like
Mm-hmm.
by yourself, so you know what you want during sex.
Yeah, because when you're with a partner and if you don't know your own body, it's kind of difficult to expect someone else to know your body well enough to pleasure you if you
Yeah.
don't know your own body well enough to tell them how to.
Exactly.
And I think that's a very difficult aspect of it. If you've never had sex.
Question.
Answer.
Okay, so if you're like in a relationship, right? You're
Okay.
living together.
Yes.
Okay.
Would you feel offended if your partner decided to masturbate instead of having sex with you if you're in the house?
Absolutely not.
No, I'd be like, can I
Yeah.
watch?
I mean, like honestly, like I can imagine myself like being busy with something and then she's just like, hey,
Yeah.
like I'm gonna go masturbate. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'll be editing a video and she's just like, hey, I'm gonna go into the room and masturbate. I'm like, yeah, it's
Like
cool.
they don't even have to tell me. As
Yeah.
long as like I won't feel offended, I'll feel disappointed in myself if they have to do it after we just had sex.
Mm.
Oh, that's different. That's different though.
Yeah.
That's a different situation.
I think it's just the girls that get offended.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah, because I have heard about a lot of girls getting offended when like they're
Husband like watches porn without.
yeah, or
like,
masturbates. It's like leave him alone, woman.
Like if you want to
Let
help,
him be.
like I won't ever deny somebody, a woman, my significant other, to come help me while I'm doing that. You know?
Have you ever denied anything?
No.
What do you mean?
Like,
don't
have you
think
ever
yes.
denied like a significant other or just a person who's like, hey, like let's have sex? Like, hey, let's do this.
It's him.
Yeah, you haven't, right?
I don't think I have.
It's
I
him.
have.
Yeah. Good
Like-
for you.
No, but they're just like days where I'm like I don't want to.
like maybe.
But that's just because I have a very low sex drive, which is why it's kind of weird for me to be people who have a very high sex drive because it's like they want to have sex all the time, and I'm just like, hey, like that's not what I want to do. Like they'll start touching me, and I'm like, hey, like not right now, like please, like I'm sorry, but like also like I'm not sorry because that's how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't want to be expected to have sex all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I've had recently a couple of days where I'm like, if somebody asked me right now, I don't think I would say yes, but I'm also not sure because nobody asked me those days.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean that's how I feel because I feel like if someone
Yeah.
like if like someone close to me asked me, but we weren't like in a relationship, or like walking towards a relationship, I don't think I'd be able to say yes. But honestly, I don't know how it would go down.
But I have told people. Well, recently I have had to tell people that I can't because I'm in like a exclusive
Entanglement.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's different, though.
That's just being loyal. That's being loyal to what you said, what you agreed to. Yeah.
This is another question from Jelly. Most women are known to at some point in their lives have faked an orgasm. Because it's very
Common.
It's very common for a woman to fake an orgasm.
Because most men don't know how to.
Yeah, most women don't know how to make a woman orgasm. So the question was, have we as males ever faked an orgasm? And I'll just go ahead and say I have, because like I said, I have a very low sex drive. Sometimes, like I'll be like, hey, like, I won't say I'm done, but in my head I'll be like, I can't do this anymore. Like I'm just not having fun. So then I'll just fake it and then proceed with my day. Like it's just a thing where it's like I rather fake it than be like I'm not enjoying myself, because I feel like that'd be a very offensive thing to say to whoever I'm doing it with.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to fake it?
I don't remember any occasion where I've had to fake it, but like anytime where I can't, I'll just, once I feel like I'm done, like I'm over it, I'll just stop. And like I'll try to make sure they don't get offended. That was me. But yeah, I'll just stop, and like it's just like I'm done. Like if they want to keep going, I'll keep going for a little bit, but if I'm not like if I'm looking for an orgasm and it's not coming, then I'm not gonna keep looking for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that absolutely makes sense. Like I just at some points where you just like stop enjoying what you're doing if you're not. Yeah. This is what
like my most enjoyable part of having sex is like making the other person like making sure they're enjoying it and everything.
Yeah, and I think that's the same thing for me. Just because I have a low sex drive, so my point isn't for myself to get off; it's for me to get off to the person.
Yeah.
For me to satisfy their needs, because I know their needs are higher than mine.
Yeah, but sometimes I need a little break. After an hour, I need a little breather, get some water,
Get some electrolytes.
get back at it. Get back at it.
Okay, what is the shortest amount of time you've ever known someone before you've had sex?
I think a couple weeks.
Couple weeks.
I think a couple weeks.
And Jelly, how long was yours?
I mean, we started dating when I was 15, so.
Oh, so
It was like, I don't want to say when, but
it was a while.
It was a while into it.
Yeah.
I was 15.
Yeah. I think mine was a little less than no, it was like a month.
Shortest?
Yeah, it was the shortest amount of time. I knew the person for a month, and I felt comfortable with the person. So we felt comfortable with each other, and it got to the point where we were like, hey, like we can do it. And like I honestly don't know if I'd be able to have sex with someone I didn't really know, and I don't think I've ever been in that situation. I don't know how comfortable I'd be.
Yeah, I don't know. Cause so far I haven't put myself in a situation where I've had to like meet someone and then have sex with them. Like I've always done I've always like met them, gotten to know their sex life, what they know, what they don't know, and stuff like that. And like, so people may think I'm a little careless, but really in reality I know a lot about the person I'm sleeping with way before I actually sleep with them.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, talking about porn stars, bro. Porn websites are trash.
Bro.
What? Like Pornhub is the only porn site that has a friendly interface. Yeah. All the other ones look like you're about to get scanned for millions of dollars.
Honestly.
Like you click on a video and it pops with like 25 ads and like it asks
like,
for your credit card information. It's just like, what?
Yo.
What's happening right now?
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Take me on the date first.
That daddy show.
Let me send you that video.
Yeah. Please.
But
Daddy child.
But recently, if you're a guy or if you're somebody who watches porn, you know the hassle of trying to find a good video.
It's very difficult. It actually is, because there's a lot of stuff that's like overacted, and I just feel like that stuff is kind of getting old. Like I feel like when I was younger, I'd be like, anything really like gets me going. But now that I'm a little older, I'm like, hey, like I really care about like actual intimate relationships, and I really don't care for things that I seem as really like fake and scripted, and I just don't like that.
Yeah. Basically, when you know what you like, it's difficult to find that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And so lately, I've been kind of playing a dangerous game of not closing all my tabs
I've never done that in my
to
life.
to save the videos for later. Once I watch the video, I close the tab,
Hmm.
and then yeah. But like when I'm on a video that I like, I'll look at the related. When you go down to the suggestions area, I'll keep if I see anything, I'll open a new tab, and then I just have to make sure nobody's going through my Safari.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly, I mean, that's a good idea, but like, I feel like it'd be better to have a document with all that shit in it. Well, I feel like people are less likely to access a document than to open Safari, you know? I feel like you're randomly on someone's phone, it'd be easy to click on Safari.
And then private.
But when would you ever go to, like, some kind of document app
So you'd go
and
to
find a specific document and have all the links?
have all the links?
Have all the links, yeah. So you'd have access to all of it, but it'd be in a more secret place.
That's an interesting idea.
Have you ever downloaded anything?
No.
There was a point where I was younger where I would accidentally download things. And then that'd be the most terrifying thing in my life. I'd be like, oh, fuck. It's on my phone now. What the fuck do I do? Then I would delete it. I'd be like, did I actually delete it? Is it in my trash? What happened to it?
Honestly.
And that's it for today.
That's it for today's episode of the TP&J podcast. Sorry if it's a little dark. The lights just went out. Make sure to click the description where you'll find our link tree, where you'll find all of our other platforms that you can follow us on. I'm over this. They can't get it together. It's my show now, bitch.
She really said I said everything.
Yeah.
Did you say the social
The
media?
social media platforms that you can follow us or listen to us on.
So basically, Jelly is taking over now. So
I just literally we sat here and did the same intro 6 times. To the point where I
Outro.
literally
It's an outro.
outro. Where I literally memorized what they were both saying.
we have to redo that whole thing. You said outro. Then we said
I don't
intro.
give shit.
We have to redo
Keep
the
this
whole
all in. They can see the raw footage of how difficult it is to work with both of you sometimes.
thing. It's not my fault.
It's like we finished this podcast early for once. It's not 3 in the morning.
We literally finished it like 20 minutes ago.
We finished this 20 minutes ago, but we've been sitting here trying to do the fucking outro.
So Tarzan, go ahead and finish this off.
So have a good morning.
Good evening.
And a good wait, you're supposed to say good afternoon.
I thought you said good night.
No, you say good afternoon.
What do you say?
I
Good
say
morning.
good evening.
Oh. I don't know why I thought good night. Okay. Go ahead.
No, good night, because good night is the closing to good evening.
Okay, so good morning, good afternoon, and good. I usually say good evening.
Oh, dang. You can say whatever you
Go
want.
ahead. Tarzan.
So have a good morning.
Good afternoon.
And a good evening. I wanted to say good night so bad.
And happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween and spooky season, bitches!